You know what we can't run? An anime podcast. But here we are.
Aha!
Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here. Uh, Welcome, anyone who's listening. My name is Frank. I'll be going by Swarm for all intents and purposes here on this podcast. This is my cohort.
Hi, I'm Erebus. I will not reveal my name is.
And we're here today, just sit down, talk about anime, relax.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, so pull up a chair. If you're already in a chair, pull it away and then pull it back in.
yeah, we want you completely seated for this. If you're not seated, sit down. What are you doing
Yeah, yeah,
standing?
yeah.
Uh,
Unless you have like back problems, in that case, stand up, do some stretches.
yeah. You got to make sure you stay mobile in these times where people are glued to their chairs again.
Yeah, yeah. If there's one thing we as podcasters, for the podcast called We Can't Run, is worried about, it's your fitness. You
Exactly.
specifically.
Yes, you right there in the chair.
Yeah, you right there, pointing at yourself, going, "Are they talking about me?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kicking this off, I was looking at some of the upcoming anime for next season.
Okay.
Fall 2020, big season, lots of
Big
shows.
season.
One show caught my eye, and I figured
Hmm.
you would love to hear about it.
Okay.
The name of this show,
Mm-hmm.
Hypnosis Mike. The, you gotta let me finish. Hypnosis Mike, Division Rap Battle Rhyme Anime.
So the name keeps going.
Yeah, that's the full name. That's the full name.
I thought it stopped at Hypnosis Mike.
No. So the plot of this is after a
Mhm.
war. I don't know which war. They didn't specify in the description.
Yeah, the war.
The war. That's what they say. Women have taken over ruling politics in the Cho ward, and they banned and destroyed weapons. So this made men learn how to fight through rap battles using hypnosis mics. These are microphones that affect people's sympathetic nerves and influence thought processes. So the plot of this is that a legendary rap group known as the Dirty Dog split up into four groups, and they each represent a division in Tokyo, Japan, and other territorial battles. And I saw this, and I thought, man, I have to talk about this.
Two things I want people to know about, if they're not reading the anti-chart description like I am after you mentioned this. Dirty Dog is spelled DAWG, and also Hypnosis Mics is shortened to Hip Mix. I
I
know
mean,
it's Hip Mics, but it's funnier to say Hip Mix.
are you really like surprised by this?
I think that the starting quote being, "After the war, women have taken over ruling politics," as like that's a confusingly sexist starting statement. Because
Is it?
the implication of this is that that's weird.
I mean, I think the weird part here is that they destroyed and banned all weapons.
I mean that too, but I mean like, hey, that'd be better, wouldn't it?
And I think the weirdest thing here is that instead of like, fist fighting, men turn to rap battles.
I mean, I'm always one for peaceful protest. And
Yeah.
depending on the rap, this is, I guess, peaceful.
I mean, yeah, but it's peaceful up until, they start controlling your nerves and influencing your thought process.
Okay, so maybe not that peaceful. In fact, this is probably more violent in some ways than fist fighting.
Exactly. And again, this is coming out of A1 Pictures. They're a studio known for doing some beautiful and big things. Like Sword Art, Kaguya, uh, Watakoi, Promise
Magi.
Neverland, Foggy, Fairy Tale. And
Mhm.
like so for them to sign up for this project, there has to be something to it. So even if this show is, obscenely and insane, I think it's still gonna look beautiful.
So, is this an original property or is this based on something?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Cool, I'm gonna Google that.
there's no like affiliated work from what I've seen. What I do see is a main character wearing a nice red and blue jacket with a white hood who has green and red pupils.
Mm.
If you know, I find it really interesting that this show has the tag of having a primarily male cast, despite women being in charge.
Yeah, but it's about the male rebellion that the show is focused on.
You know what? That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Okay, I see it. So this is related to four, if I'm not mistaken, four completely different mangas.
So this is described on Wikipedia as a multimedia project by King Record.
So this is something that could be big.
Yeah, I should probably silence my phone.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a smart idea. Can you guys tell this is episode one? I don't even know where my phone went. Oh well, it's fine. I can't hear it. It's gone. So
Sight out of mind.
out of sight, out of mind. So we have this, all right.
Mhm.
And I was looking at some other shows, and it stuck out to me. You know, there's always those type of shows that have a name, and you're like, wow, what is this about?
Yeah. Hmm.
I think for next season, this is the show. This is the whoa, what is that show?
Hmm. Yeah. This everyone's going to be talking about Hypnosis Mike next season.
I mean, I think everyone's personally gonna be talking about, like High Q or something, but
I was exaggerating.
I know. But so looking back to next season as a whole, we
Hmm.
have big shows: High Q, How to Pick
Hmm.
Up Girls in a Dungeon,
Hmm.
Irregular Magic High School,
Hmm.
uh,
Golden Kamuy 3.
Golden Kamuy 3. You know, one of the things I was looking very forward to, Adachi to Shinamura.
Mm.
If you remember, that was the one I told you about with the tennis, not the tennis, the ping pong.
Oh, right, the lesbian one.
Yes, yes, yes. I believe that's going to be something that everyone can enjoy.
Mhm.
Uh, Another one that I saw that I thought would be, you know, another fun take on a different genre is Kuma 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 Bear. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
yeah, it's just another VR MMO game show.
What?
Yeah. Don't worry
I
about it.
I didn't. What?
Yeah, you didn't expect this?
No. Why would I think the show called Kuma 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 Bear was an MMO show?
Well, it is, and it's about a girl who is playing a game, her favorite game,
Okay.
of course, and
Mhm.
it gives her a one of a kind bear suit, and it comes with a lot of overpowered abilities. And she wants to wear it because it's cute. 15-year-old girls think bears are cute. I mean, that's fine. That's beautiful. That's fine. But
Okay.
it's too embarrassing to wear in a game.
Mm.
But then, out of nowhere, she's sucked into the game, and she has to use the bear suit because it's the best weapon she has.
Okay. I
So
was
this,
not expecting anything that you just said to be the plot of that.
that's the best part. This is another light novel show. As you know, light novel shows tend to be a bit on the hilarious side. I think it's coming to us from EMT Squared, who gave us things like Assassin's Pride and In Another World with My Smartphone.
Mm.
Or no, they did not. They did not give us that. They gave us the other one. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one where the guy got sent like 2,000 years back in time, and he's using all his real world knowledge to win wars or whatnot.
Oh, that was a blessing of Iden Yar, something of Ragnarok, wasn't it? Or
Yeah. Okay, so the Master of Ragnarok, Blesser of I can't pronounce that last word, but yeah, that show. And another one of my current favorites from this year. The person sitting next to me, no, a destructive god sits next to me. That was another show that I personally enjoyed, and that it comes from the same studio. So I have not really hopes, but I'm going to be looking at this, in the same way I look at a lot of things, which is, man, this could be great.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. Shifting gears. I kind of want to get it out of the way now because it's been killing. It's been killing me. It's been killing
Okay.
me. Uh, so for people listening, one thing we're gonna do on the show is we're gonna give each other recommendations.
Oh, we're doing that now.
Yeah, I want to get it out of the way.
Hmm.
So, lay it on me. What you got? What you got?
Okay. Well, completely unrelated. Okay, I'll make sure it's understood. We did not plan this, and then so he literally told me about an hour before this. That's a lie. It was like 10 minutes before this. To get a recommendation ready, and I was like, okay, first show I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna be recommending to you yurikuma arashi.
Yurikuma Arashai.
Now,
That's
I want
huh.
to preface, I didn't know that the second show he was going to talk about for next season was Kuma 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 Bear.
That's that sometimes it works out.
Mhm.
Now I have my show for you.
Okay.
It's called uh, where is it? Demon Lord Retry.
Hmm.
So, for those wondering how this works, is I have gotten my recommendation, he's gotten his. We're gonna come back to each other in a week for the next time we sit down to record this, and by that point in time, we should have a pretty good grasp on each of the shows we were given, and then we'll give our thoughts on
Well, I think that what we should probably do, we should also probably give a brief idea of what the show is about uh, before either of us jump into these.
it. Sure. Kick us off. Go ahead. Tell me what Yuri Kuma Harashi is about.
So I'm going to keep it very vague because I think this show is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep it very vague. So in this alternate world or alternate future, there's this wall that exists that separates two groups, humans and bears,
Mm.
and we focus our story on the main character. A girl goes to this academy, and she holds a deep hatred toward bears, because they killed her mother.
Oh goodness. Okay.
As far as she's concerned,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But the show's also surrounded in a lot of avant-garde, mystery and like subjects.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
See, now I'm interested.
Hmm.
For you, again, I
Also
picked up.
lesbians.
Oh, lesbians. Really? Is
That's what
this
the
a?
Yuri it means. That's a lie. It means lily, but does also that's all. It also refers to the lesbian thing.
All right. I'll make sure to look out for this.
Hmm.
For you, again, I picked out Demon Lord Retry.
Hmm.
It's about a guy who gets sucked into his own video game,
Hmm.
and he's going on this fantasy world adventure with a
Hmm.
one-legged girl.
Okay.
And since he made the game, he knows everything about it, and
Hmm.
he's going through and basically just trying to take over the world until he figures out his way to get home.
Gotcha.
And as you can tell from a show like this, is going to lead into a lot of interesting scenes, interesting fights, and general is this game breaking kind of stuff.
All right. Now, another question I'm sure everyone is burning on everyone's mind. With your description is when you say one-legged, is she missing a leg or is the leg like right in the middle?
In the middle. No, no, no. Okay, so she's missing a leg. She's a
Gotcha.
humanoid.
Gotcha.
Or okay. I should clarify. The description would say one-legged, but she's not. She just has a really bad limp.
Oh, okay. So by one-legged, it just means like her other leg is not
Just
quite disabled.
yeah, it works, but it doesn't work as good as the other leg.
She just has a broken leg.
Basically.
Okay.
So in a week's time, we'll be back and we'll know almost everything we need to know about the shows we've watched.
Hmm.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess if we're moving back on down the line, uh, what are you watching right now? What's this season has for you?
Right now, not too much. It's a very small seasons. You know, everyone's watching Fire Force season 2.
New episode.
Um, yeah. I've been meaning to start season 3 of Snafu and Decadence. I
Studio
haven't
Nut.
got. Yes, by Studio Nut.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard. I just just with all the craziness right now, I haven't gotten around to it.
Ah, man.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm more just focusing on just working my backlog. Oh
So
yeah.
it's a good thing for this season, especially with half of the things that were stopped last season.
Yeah.
That's
Like
back.
my show I've been looking forward to for a while, Opera Ranma.
Yeah, and for me, it's been Digimon that I was waiting for.
Hmm.
But yeah, for me this season, I've watched a bit of everything. A lot of shows that I've quit watching. Some I've only seen a few episodes of. But I think for this season, I'm mainly watching, Fire Force,
Hmm.
God of High School,
Hmm.
Sword Art. I've been keeping up with Rent a Girlfriend. I'm not really into it, but I've been keeping up with it just for something to watch.
Hmm.
I do need to start on Decadence. And whenever I feel like I need to watch something that's gonna give me some sort of chuckle, the Demon Academy shows there. Other than that, I've been looking for stuff from last season, like Balance Unlimited, Digimon, uh, Opera Ramon.
Hmm.
It's really short season, but there is a lot of stuff to still watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness! I mean, just thinking about it, how many shows were stopped last for a season for production just because they had to, some kind of break?
And you would definitely know better than I do. Let's see.
There's a good bit. There was a
Hmm.
good bit.
Yeah.
Some shows started up earlier than others. Some shows managed to complete their quota.
Hmm.
It was a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
But man, was it something?
Hmm.
Now, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
All right. I how do I explain this? So for the people watching, what I'm about to do is I'm setting forth a prompt to which I want to get his thoughts and opinions on, and it's gonna spark something beautiful here. Uh, I man, it's almost tempting if I want to say it or not. Uh, Tamaki. Okay, now stop. I know what you're thinking. There is something happening, and I believe that it's good. Uh, I have you watched the newest episode of Fire Force?
Um, the latest episode I saw was episode 5.
Episode 5. All right, so you haven't watched it. We'll come back to this at a future point
Okay.
because it's
Should we
something
just
that
cut this
happened.
out then, or should we leave this in?
We could probably cut this out.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Editor, be sure to cut this out when you get the chance. We don't have an editor.
yeah, I think I'm the editor.
I'm talking about oh, I shouldn't say his real name.
Morrisade has been
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. He
Uh,
has been talking about wanting to get into editing.
yeah, but I think that was like video editing.
Yeah, but I feel like, audio editing is probably a good step and like probably helpful for that kind of thing.
Ah, true. Uh, so tell me, is there anything you've been holding back from this week that we've
Like
decided to do this? Like any topics of discussions that you had that you were like, I should wait for the podcast to talk about?
I'll be honest, no.
Huh.
It's I think that the problem is that I don't look at I'm not actively looking for anime news as much as you are, and also that I think mostly this week I was kind of more just my anticipation was more just kind of like seeing what you were going to come up with more than trying to think of stuff that I want to save for the podcast.
Interesting. All right. Well, then I guess I will go with my actual final topic here.
Okay, great. Editor, when he says final question, just put in this part there, so that it flows better.
Exactly. I was looking at some reports, and I'm not going to say that I found this on the most reputable places,
Right.
but it told me that One Piece has now outsold the Bible, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Okay, so is this like total copies or like
Total.
essentially so essentially like this would be like every like this is totaling every volume. Like this isn't that the first volume of One Piece outsold the Bible. This is that every single volume of One Piece outsold the Bible.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, hmm. I don't think it's too crazy, but I also feel that there are probably about 1,000 years of data we don't have to truly observe that. Like, I think that if we're going by regularly sold in today's day and age, that's not crazy. Like, if we're being like, oh, over the last 20 years, we've sold more volumes of One Piece than we've sold the Bible. I don't think that's too crazy.
Well, I think it's per One Piece being sold period versus per the Bible being sold period.
Right.
So in totality, there are now more copies of One Piece sold than the Bible.
But again, I think that there are good, like if you were like, we can't account for how many Bibles were sold in like 1400.
I mean, yeah,
I guess we're going with like real printed copies of the Bible.
exactly.
Huh.
Actually, actually, you know what? Let me let me make 100% sure that I'm speaking in the right context. Yes. Okay. So from what I've read, it is the fact that it's sold uh in entirely outsold the Bible.
Okay.
So again, it's not crazy. My only comment on it is, wow, it took this long. Because as big as One Piece is, and the amount of fan base that it has, I could have assumed that this happened like maybe 7 years ago.
Right, right.
But you know what? I think this is part of the reason why we're here to talk about these sort of insanities that happen in the anime industry and the world as a whole. And I think that throughout this experiment or throughout this process of coming together, talking about these sort of things, possibly getting feedback from those watching or listening in, I should say, uh, and discovering, where other opinions lie on the specter of, what's happening in anime today versus what happened in anime then versus what might happen with anime in the future. I think with that, I'd like to, thank everyone who's joined in to listen to us ramble on a little bit today. Uh, Obviously, it's our first iteration of this.
Hmm.
We don't know how this is going to go or how it's going to evolve from here. Any words?
Um, Thank you for listening, and I hope you'll hear us again.
This has been We Can't Run
The
the
Anime
Anime
Podcast.
Podcast.